Well, once again, it's Saturday night, and here I am sitting down to have a dram after taking care of business or trying to. Anyway, it's good to come home and have several bottles here to choose from, but I'm doing them in chronological order from when I bought them. These here are part of the Irish expansion. I'm done for now with trying new mix spirit and immature whiskeys and things that are terrible or not great and overpriced. So here we have things that I bought. When did I get them? Let's have a look. It says here the date. Ah, yes. It was the 11th of March, uh, 2017. So the 11th of March, that's more than a month ago. Yeah, I'm ahead a bit here. I keep buying more whiskey than I can possibly drink. And I buy more whiskey. I buy it faster than I taste it. So I'm getting quite a nice stack of things. This is part of the Irish expansion. The Irish expansion that started happening earlier this year, just around the time, just after the whiskey festival in January. I started seeing all these Irish whiskeys on the shelf, and strangely enough, a lot of them were not, or most of them were not, at the whiskey festival. Um, but a lot of the new make stuff and a lot of the local stuff was. But I'll get back to that some other time. Right now, I want to try one that a lot of noise has been made the last few months. I've seen it being referenced, and I've seen people review it on YouTube, and I've heard people talking about it, or at least there's sort of like a feeling that this stuff it's in the air. Um, I remember seeing a few comments on the Scotch Test Dummies videos. People would be drinking Redbreast while watching the live broadcast from their channel. And Rob from Whiskey in the Six tried a Redbreast cask strength 12-year-old, I believe. And I said, well, I wish I could get it here, but I got a Redbreast 12. And he said, well, I'd like to see what you think of it. Well, this video is for you, Rob, because I happen to have it here right in front of me, the Redbreast 12, and I'm sorry that it took so long for me to get to it, but demented people are slow, and so that's the way it goes. And what does it say on here? Single pot Irish. You know what? I should actually pour a dram before I start reading all this marketing that's on the box. Oh, there we go. That's a nice little bottle there. The Redbreast 12 single pot still. It's got a lot of small writing on the back of the label there. So I'm going to have a go at that. It's probably the same as what's on the back of the box here. Anyway, let's put this box away. Put it away. Yeah, I had a bit of a adventure today. I went out to buy whiskey naturally, and I bought some. Paid cash, no problem. I went to another liquor store, and I tried to buy some whiskey using my bank card, and the bank card first said chip error. And then after that, it said card use limited. But I never had a limitation put on my card. And I had just deposited a big check. And there was plenty of money in my bank account before I deposited the big check for me to buy whiskey. It would not let me. So I had to take back a bottle and bring back a bottle of lesser value so that I could pay cash for everything. So then I thought, okay, let's go to the bank and take cash out at the bank machine. That didn't work. It said something about technical difficulties, contact your branch. It's Saturday night. The branch will not be open till 9 o'clock on Monday morning. So I couldn't really get everything I wanted. I wanted to get a bunch of groceries, but the groceries, I could get a few apples and some water, some cold water for drinking whiskey, but that's it. I have to go to the bank on Monday to get money out of my account where the card doesn't work either at point of sale or at the machine, and get some more cash out so that I can finish getting my groceries. Inconvenient because I like to do this always on Saturday, not on Sunday. Sorry about the rant. We're talking Redbreast here. Let's do it. Actually, despite the bottle being kind of squat, it has a nice feel in the hand. It's well balanced. It is a dark bottle. And if this is a natural color, it looks like there's some, it's like a dark amber. It's like there's some sherry in it. I think somebody mentioned sherry. I didn't read the label yet, so I don't know. Let this sit here and open up for a bit. Matured in the finest oak casks. Product of Ireland. National Distillery Company, Cork, Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 750 mils, pretty standard stuff. What does it say on the back here? The robin redbreast is the only bird which sings continuously throughout the dark Irish winters, and is one of the very few small birds that choose to winter in Ireland. It is this enduring spirit which inspires its namesake, Redbreast whiskey. When the world demanded lighter, more accessible whiskey styles, Redbreast stood steadfast in its belief that the tradition and significance of single pot still Irish whiskey for the past century. Redbreast has been the standard bearer for this quintessentially Irish style of whiskey, made from a mash of malted and unmalted barley, of course, and then triple distilled in copper pot stills. Redbreast 12 displays the characteristic full and complex flavor of pot still whiskey, with the distinctive influence of pot still whiskey, which has been matured in sherry casks. The legendary sherried Redbreast style is a joy to behold in each and every bottle. Tasting notes. No, we're not going to talk about tasting notes yet. We're going to do the tasting ourselves with this little first impression. I might not be able to get everything, but I'll tell you what I get. And maybe eventually we'll come back to this bottle and try it again. And see what happened. I'm getting sherry right away on the nose. Figs, dates, raisins, the usual sherry. But there's a kind of a freshness here that isn't always apparent with Scotch. Probably because of the unmalted barley that was used. I don't know. It's 12 years old. Yeah, there's some caramel too. So I'm getting caramel and some vanilla. The caramel and vanilla are coming through where the dark fruits are sort of pushing aside. I'm still getting the dark fruits though. Dark, like red wine, like plums. And there's that freshness again. That freshness that reminds me of dark grapes, just fresh Concord grapes, like the stuff they make the Welch's out of. Oh, that is a nice nose. dark fruits, getting a hint of spice along with the vanilla notes. The caramel seems to be getting a little bit lighter, a little bit more vanilla than caramel now. And as I get deeper into the nose, the fruit's still there, but it's not as intense as it was earlier. Getting more of what smells to me like vanilla and maybe almonds a bit. Like a marzipan almonds, but I can't get any other nutty. I'm not getting any other nutty notes from that. Well, what did they say for the nose? Watch me be wrong again. Nose, a complex, spicy, and fruity aroma with toasted wood notes evident. Toasted wood? Somewhat spicy and fruity. Yeah, I got the fruity. Spicy? Well, I don't think it's very spicy compared to other things that I've had that were spicy. Yeah, fruity definitely, and dark fruits and plums and Concord grapes. I can almost pick them apart, but woody? No, I don't get wood, but you know. Maybe what I'm getting as vanilla is what they call wood. I don't know. Okay. Well, let's go for the taste now that we're into it for several minutes. I know I do go on. Here I'm getting some spices. I'm getting some pepper. And on the sides I'm getting the fruits, the dark fruits, the plums, the grapes, the raisins. Interesting, there's a tingle on the tip of the tongue. And in that tingle I'm getting the vanilla, I guess, from the wood. And not so much caramel. There might be a tiny little bit of caramel. So what I guess they're calling wood would be what I call caramel and vanilla. Not that much caramel in this one, but quite a bit of vanilla. And I guess that's what they call the woody notes. Let's try again. Quite a nice little dram. A sherried Irish whiskey. I don't have many like that. Oh yeah. Spicy, some pepper. Interesting. I'm getting ginger notes too. Just a little bit. I'm not getting any chocolate to speak of. And there's a spice. There's pepper. Yeah, pepper and a little bit gingery, and the fruits naturally on the sides. I'm getting lots of dark and medium fruits, mostly medium fruits like plums and grapes. The dark fruits like figs and dates and raisins, not quite so much. It's quite an exuberant little dram. It has a sort of youthful zest for life, I guess, in it. It speaks to me of youth and jumping around in the spring and quite pleasant. Quite pleasant. Now, if I would have tasted this a couple of years, I would have gone yuck, because I wouldn't have had the experience of having tried sherry and beginning to appreciate it. I came to Scotch whiskey from the peated side and towards the sherry side, and there are other people who start from the sherry side and go towards the peated side and go, peated, yuck, you know. But I've gotten to the point where I like all of it. I can appreciate the peated, and I can appreciate the sherries. And so, as far as the sherried whiskey goes, this is not as heavy as a lot of sherried scotches. This is a light, exuberant. Did I say youthful already? I probably did. This drinks very easily. Very, very easily. It's so smooth, and it goes down so nicely, and there's that spicy note and the fruity notes. Oh, it's a lovely little dram. Well, without going on and hemming and hawing, slancha.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.